Hey Jack, when should you seek psych testing for your kids?
Whenever they're driving you crazy, I don't know.
Actually, that might be a good place to start because your kids are telling you things. Sometimes psych testing is helpful because it tells us, is this behavioral or is this developmental? And if you have a question in your head, that might be time to start seeking some psych testing.
Yeah, I mean, there's times where you might have a child who doesn't listen, is all over the place, never seems to be able to focus. He might have ADHD, you don't know. But here's the thing, if he does, then you can know what to do with that. You know, if there's medication needed or if there's different behavioral things you need to do at home. But if you don't seek out that psychological testing, then he's just a bad kid. And then it's not the discipline and the punishments aren't going to fit what's really going on. So I think if you see those problems and your kid's doing something that's just, you might want to get that checked out and see what's going on.
There's this thing that parents do where they, with this blind spot and all the best intentions in the world, they diagnose their children with all sorts of things. I don't know how many parental diagnoses that I've come across. If your kid is going through something that is developmental and we're saying, hey, let's discipline out what's going on in your brain, it doesn't work like that. But if you're writing off the places where they are misbehaving or undisciplined as something that is wrong with them, you're not helping them. And it's a hard thing, because parents mean well, but it's a hard thing to do if you don't know what it actually is. And it's important to not just go with, well, I know my kid pretty well and they seem to be well-intentioned. Your kid's manipulative, and so's mine, and so's all of them. They want what they want. They want to do what's easiest. They want to do what they're confident in. And that doesn't make them bad, because grown-ups are the same way. But we want to get good, clean diagnosis to know how to better help them.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to do that as early as you see the issue, because if you allow the issue to keep going and keep going and keep going, not only is it going to drive you crazy, but it's going to cause problems in the kid's life, because then at school things are going to be happening and he's going to start basically taking on that identity of, I'm messed up, I'm not good, and all that could have been fixed very easily by getting the testing done at an early age and figure out what the problem is. You don't want to send somebody through that kind of life when you could stop that, you know.
There are lots of things that can be tested for. There are things like attention deficit disorders, like dyslexia, learning disability, just overall generalized psych testing. And those are good bits of information to have so that you can know how to help your kid properly. When you see a counselor, they're actually a clinician. They're trained in diagnostics. And usually, in a lot of cases, they can tell you if you need to go ahead and take the next step and get on somebody's waiting list for psych testing. But a lot of it begins with just asking the question, should I get my kid tested for things? A lot of times, Jack, the answer is no. I'll tell you, if your kid is maliciously doing things, being malicious is not a developmental disorder. It's a behavioral disorder, and we can save you some time and cut through some of that. If you're having questions and you've got a kid who's going through stuff, kids go through stuff, it's what they do, and you want to help them, we would love to be a part of that.